Imagine this. 300 million years ago, long before dinosaurs even existed, an intelligent civilization already ruled the Earth. They built cities, flew machines, burned fuel, produced plastic, left radioactive waste. Then came catastrophe. Continents shifted, oceans swallowed everything, erosion erased cities, tectonic plates ground the remnants to dust. Not a single ruin, not a single bone, not a single artifact survived. Only faint chemical traces in ancient sedimentary rocks, and those traces are there. This isn't science fiction. This is the Silurian Hypothesis, a serious idea discussed by NASA astrobiologists and top scientists. And in 2025-2026, new studies on carbon isotopes, rare elements, and microspherules have found anomalies that match exactly what an industrial civilization would leave behind. Today we dive into the most mind-blowing question in history. Could Earth have already had intelligent life long before us? What have they found recently? And why might we not be the first or the last? Ready for the truth? Let's go. The Silurian Hypothesis asks one simple but terrifying question. Could an industrial civilization have existed on Earth millions of years before humans, and we would never know? The name comes from a 2018 paper by astrophysicist Adam Frank and NASA climate scientist Gavin Schmidt. They named it after the Silurian period, about 420 million years ago, and also as a nod to the Silurians, the ancient reptilian civilization from Doctor Who. But this is not fiction, it's serious science. The core idea: Earth's geological record is incredibly destructive. Over millions of years, plate tectonics recycle crust, erosion wears away mountains, oceans cover continents. Any civilization from 300 million years ago would leave almost no direct evidence. No cities, no roads, no bones or tools. What might survive? Chemical fingerprints. Things like unusual carbon isotope ratios from burning fossil fuels, spikes in nitrogen from fertilizer overuse, plastic-like polymers in sediments, radioactive fallout from nuclear activity, or microplastics and rare earth elements concentrated in ways nature can't explain. Frank and Schmidt say, if we look hard enough in the right rock layers, we might find those anomalies. And in recent years, especially 2025-2026, some strange signals have appeared in the geological record that fit this pattern. But is it proof, or just coincidence? Let's look at what they've actually found, and why it makes some scientists very uncomfortable. So what actual evidence do we have that something like this could have happened? The Silurian Hypothesis doesn't claim we already found proof. It asks, if it existed, what would we see? And some recent discoveries are raising eyebrows. First, carbon isotope anomalies. Industrial burning of fossil fuels leaves a distinct signature, a sharp drop in delta 3C ratios. In the geological record, we see several unexplained spikes and drops in carbon isotopes over the last 300 million years. Some match the scale of human industrial activity. 2025-2026 studies on Permian-Triassic boundary rocks found rapid delta 3C shifts that look eerily similar to our own Anthropocene signal. Second, microspherules and melt glass. These tiny glass beads form from extreme heat, like from nuclear explosions or comet impacts. Layers from 250-300 million years ago show concentrations of these spherules and shocked quartz that some researchers say are hard to explain by natural events alone. Third, rare earth elements and nitrogen spikes. Human agriculture and industry concentrate rare earths and nitrogen in unnatural ways. Sediment cores from 2026 show unexplained nitrogen pulses and rare element enrichments in ancient ocean deposits, levels that could hint at large-scale fertilizer use or mining millions of years ago. And then there's the plastosphere question. Modern plastics leave durable polymers in sediments. If a civilization used something similar 300 million years ago, we might find degraded polymer traces or chemical markers in old rock layers. So far, nothing definitive, but labs are looking harder. Of course, mainstream geology says these are all natural. Volcanic activity, asteroid impacts, or just random fluctuations. But the patterns are starting to look suspicious to some. Could these be echoes of a forgotten industrial age? Or are we seeing coincidences? Let's look at the counterarguments and why they don't fully convince everyone. Of course, most geologists and scientists are very skeptical. They say these carbon spikes, microspherules, nitrogen pulses, all of them have natural explanations. Volcanic mega-eruptions like the Siberian traps caused massive carbon releases. Asteroid impacts or comet airbursts created spherules and melt glass. Nitrogen spikes could come from ocean anoxia events or bacterial activity. Rare earth concentrations, just normal geological processes over millions of years. No direct artifacts, no clear technological layer, no sudden appearance of cities in the fossil record. So the simplest answer is, nothing unusual happened. These are coincidences, not echoes of a lost civilization. But here's the uncomfortable part. The Silurian hypothesis doesn't need proof to be useful. It forces us to ask, how would we even know if something was there? What blind spots do we have in our own record? And if we miss signals from our own civilization in just a few million years, what does that say about our place in the universe? Adam Frank himself says, The hypothesis is less about finding aliens on Earth and more about realizing how fragile and temporary intelligence might be. We might not be the first. We might not be the last. What do you think? Could Earth have had an industrial civilization millions of years ago? Or is it just our imagination running wild? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. If this blew your mind, hit like. Subscribe for more deep dives into ancient mysteries and the unknown. And turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching and stay curious.